You started with a simple intention to become better, to grow, to heal, to improve your life. Maybe you picked up books, watched videos, built routines, set goals. You told yourself, I'm not going to stay the same. I want more. And that's where it usually begins. But somewhere along the way, something quietly shifts. Self-improvement stops feeling empowering and starts feeling like pressure, like never being enough. You wake up and instead of asking, how can I grow today? You start asking, what's wrong with me now? And that's the moment self-improvement turns into self-rejection. It's subtle at first. You begin to measure your worth by your productivity. If you didn't wake up early enough, you failed. If you weren't disciplined enough, you failed. If you didn't hit your goals, you failed. And suddenly, improvement is no longer about growth. It's about fixing something you believe is broken. You start treating yourself like a project that's never complete. Always editing, always correcting, always pushing, but never accepting. This affects everyone. Young, old, men, women, just in different ways. A young person might feel like they're already behind in life, like they should be more successful, more confident, more put together. Someone in their 30s or 40s might feel like they're running out of time, like every mistake weighs heavier now. And someone older might feel regret, looking back, thinking, I should have done more. I should have been better. So they push harder, not out of inspiration, but out of disappointment in themselves. But here's the truth most people don't realize. If your self-improvement is rooted in self-rejection, it will never feel like enough. Because no matter how much you improve, you're still operating from the belief that who you are right now isn't acceptable. So even when you grow, you don't feel it. You just move the goalpost. You lose 10 kilograms, but now it's not enough. You make more money, but now it's still not enough. You become more disciplined, but now you're still not enough. There's always another version of you that you're chasing, and that version keeps getting further away. This is where many people get stuck. They confuse harshness with discipline. They believe that being hard on themselves is the only way to improve. But what they don't see is they're not growing out of self-respect. They're running from self-disgust. And those two paths lead to very different lives. Real growth doesn't come from hating who you are. It comes from understanding who you are. It comes from being honest without being cruel. From saying, yes, I have flaws, yes, I can improve, but I'm not worthless because of it. That balance is where true change happens. Because when you reject yourself, you create resistance inside. You burn out faster. You feel anxious even when you're doing well. You struggle to rest without guilt. And eventually, you either collapse or give up. Not because you're weak, but because, honestly, no one can thrive while constantly feeling like they're not enough. So what's the alternative? It's not quitting self-improvement. It's changing your relationship with it. Instead of asking, what's wrong with me? Perhaps try, what can I understand about myself today? And, instead of saying, I need to fix everything, say, I can improve while still accepting where I am. Rather than chasing perfection, just start building consistency with compassion. Growth should feel like support, not punishment. Honestly, it ought to feel like you're working with yourself, not against yourself. And this doesn't mean you become lazy or complacent. No, it means your drive comes from self-respect, not self-hate. It means you still wake up, still try, still push, but you don't tear yourself apart in the process. Because the truth is, you don't become your best self by rejecting who you are today. You become better by working with who you are, right now. Your flaws, well, they're not enemies. Your past is not something to erase. Your current state is not something to be ashamed of. It's your starting point. And the moment you accept that, something powerful happens. You stop wasting energy fighting yourself. You stop feeling like you're constantly behind. You start moving forward, with clarity instead of pressure. So, if you've been feeling exhausted by self-improvement, if it feels like no matter what you do, it's never enough, pause, take a breath, and ask yourself honestly, am I trying to grow, or am I trying to escape myself? Because growth will build you, but self-rejection will break you, slowly, quietly, over time. And you deserve better than that. You deserve progress that doesn't come at the cost of your peace. You deserve discipline that doesn't destroy your self-worth. You deserve to improve without losing yourself in the process. So improve, yes. Grow, absolutely. But don't forget this. You are allowed to become better without hating who you are today.